Welcome back. Yes, indeed, Anil.
Yes, so we're going to be looking at Etranzact. Now, what is that? Well, it's got an E before it. So there's internet somewhere, electronic something, electronic transaction, something like that. Anyway, Etranzact is the first award-winning multi-application and multi-channel electronic, we were right, electronic transaction switching and payment processing platform. It has operations in Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Cote d'Ivoire, and the UK, and is currently expanding operations to more and more countries around the world. The founder is here in the studio. He's the founder and the CEO, and he's Mr. Valentine Obi. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's been 13 years of innovation. What has it been like running Etranzact in a country that hardly has power? But you still manage to electronically do your transactions and encourage us to do the same.
Thank you so much. In 2003, exactly what somebody was saying, when I shared the vision of Etranzact and what we're planning to do. You know, 2003, we were still struggling to get mobile phones working. You know, and the first
minute call was like 15
I am telling you. And in those days, you send an SMS, it comes back the next day.
Not delivered.
You know, but we're so strong with the vision. We believe this so much that we know it's going to add value to lives. You know, we have a country whereby cash is very prevalent. It's a cash economy. Everybody's carrying cash. And we kind of thought, you know, what can we do to change this? And how can we use your everyday tool to make it happen? Because mobile phone was just coming in then. And we say, well, this is a tool that everybody can use. You know, anybody can use it. And so if you look at our vision from day one, we'll be talking about how you can use your mobile to do the things you can do. You know, and it'd be, for me, the most heartwarming thing today is that Nigeria seems to have woken up. And in 2002, when I spoke to the authorities, the regulatory bodies, they didn't really get that at that point in time. But today we have now a lot of mobile payment companies coming up, which is awesome, which means that the thing we saw 13 years ago, you know, is real and it's happening. And people said exactly what you said. Now there's no power. The communication is very in its infancy. How are you going to work? You know, but indeed, I showed that it worked.
So how does Etranzact work?
Basically, the same way you can do transactions over the today with any of the foreign platforms that you have to make any kind of payment. What we've done is not only can you make the same kind of payment using a card system, but you can also use it innovatively with your mobile phones. You know, so any kind of thing that today, for example, if you look at it, there is a country of 170 million. How many million do we have?
170 million,
okay. About that. And we have less than 20% as banked population. That's a dilemma for a nation, you know. But today with the mobile industry, we see we have over 140 to 150 million carrying that tool in their hands. And the idea is, how can we indeed get that same tool to work for you for every other thing you want to do? So what the Etranzact have done is basically, we used to use the word that we put steroids on your phone.
So that's mobile phone on steroids?
Yeah, mobile phone on steroids. So you can actually use that to do different kind of payments, whether you're transferring money to your relatives or your family, or you're paying your bills, you know, or receiving even money. But this was in 2003, and today is history right now because almost everybody's trying to do the same thing.
When you say Mosiba is trying to do the same, I was going to ask you, how is it that, yes, the banking population is low, but you have multiple platforms? Practically every other person, a lot of people doing what you say you're doing. So what makes yours different?
You know, what makes us different is that people do, there are difference between mobile payment and just mobile switching. Because what we have done is to bring the total cost of ownership for the banks and the users low, so that from the same platform, you can actually host multiple banks and multiple issuers to do the same transactions that each of them can do. So what it does is that it reduces their costs drastically. You know, that's one. And then for you as a user, because you now have this tool, you know, it's a lot easier for you to do those transactions at a much lower cost. So if you look at the mission of Etranzact, it's to provide you secure, convenient, and cost-effective means of making payment. You know, so in all our services, so that's what we've done. But outside the fact that you can use mobile, Etranzact also provided you different kinds of platforms. So if you're comfortable on the web, you can also do the same thing, you know, on the web that you can do on your phone. So we have moved the services, so it's not just card, it's not just web. We have tried to consolidate them within the mobile phones.
Okay, so I need to have the app on my phone, right?
Well, you can need to have, you can have the app, or you can simply do the USSD dial. A USSD simply means that you can, any phone can do that. We started the app sometime in 2005, you know, but the fact is that not everybody's got a smartphone.
Okay.
Especially here. So what we've done is, not only do we have a smartphone, if you have a smartphone, you can use it. If you have a normal plain black phone, you can also use your USSD to do transaction, those kinds of transaction, you know. So you're not just limited to apps.